Hey, I want to take a little time today to make an announcement and kind of give an explanation. Much like Wanda Maximoff once famously said, "No more mutants," the Yankee Marshal is now saying, "No more polymer guns." And by this, I mean, I'm just getting rid of all my polymer guns. I'm not telling other people to get rid of theirs. I just don't want any. I have tried to like polymer guns. I just can't do it. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, so before all those operators out there get all red-faced and veiny and start ripping off their size small Ed Hardy t-shirts because they're so angry that I don't like polymer guns, well, the fact I don't like polymer guns and the fact that their testicles are this big because of the steroid abuse, a couple of different things are making them angry. But before they get any angrier than they need to be, I want to explain that I'm not saying polymer guns are bad. I'm just saying they're not for me. I don't like them. I have tried. It isn't because I haven't been exposed to them. It isn't because I haven't given them a chance. I have given them a chance. I've been around polymer guns since they first came around. You gotta remember, I ain't a spring chicken. I owned my first firearm that was my firearm gifted to me when in 1973, 1974. So I've been around firearms for a while now. And I've tried all kinds of different firearms in those days. I've tried, since those days, I should say. I've tried to roll with technology, get into new things, and I am. I've gotten more into semi-automatics than I used to be. I used to be solely a revolver person. I've gotten more into rifles than I used to be, gotten into ARs, etc. I used to wouldn't own aluminum frames, now I will. But with the polymer, it just never clicked. I tried. I just don't like some inherent things about polymer guns. I don't like the way the grips feel. I just have never liked holding plastic in my hand when it comes to a gun. I don't like the way it handles the rebound from the trigger mechanisms, from hammers, from firing pins, whatever. I don't like the way it transfers the vibration. Just don't like the feel of it. That's why the Glock triggers and so many other triggers feel so clunky when they break. It's simply because of the way the plastic transfers the vibrations. And I just don't like that. I don't like the way they have always felt kind of unbalanced. I've never felt a polymer gun in my hand that balanced as well as a steel gun. Just don't care for them. Now, other people's hands might be shaped different and feel differently, or just maybe never experienced a gun that balances well. So they may like the triggers in the polymer guns. They may like the way they balance. I don't. Now, I think polymer guns are great for what they're good at. They're great for being combat-ready guns that aren't very expensive, for carry guns that aren't very heavy and you can easily carry, and they can have a lot of capacity. They've just got a lot of great things going for them, but none of the things they've got going for them are things that concern me. I don't care about carrying a little bit heavier gun. Doesn't bother me. I like having a better trigger, so I really don't want a polymer gun trigger. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, that they're not decent guns. I've always said the the PPQ is probably the best polymer gun I've ever shot. But still, because I have to give it that qualifier of polymer gun, it probably puts it on the list at about 176th of best guns I've ever shot, because there'll be a lot of guns above it that aren't polymer. So I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I don't like them. Like I said, because they don't balance well. I don't like the way the triggers feel. I just don't like the ergonomics of most of them. I just don't like much of anything about them, other than the fact that they're inexpensive. You can pick up good polymer guns these days for like $350 and up, just like really good polymer guns. We're talking like M&Ps and stuff. So they're great for being able to make guns available to the market. They're great for carry because they're light. They're great for being mass produced for like combat weapons, firearms, because they're light for the soldier to carry, and they're inexpensive so the government can afford a bunch of them, and they're durable so they hold up well. So they're just great guns for what they're for. But for me, someone that doesn't care about weight and cares more about trigger and balance and everything else, I just don't care for them. I'd much rather stick to the guns I like. I've tried. I've had a lot of experience with them. I'll continue to shoot some polymer guns just so that I can tell people like how the new polymer gun feels. But as far as buying them, I just don't see me buying anymore. The only one I have left right now is my Arsenal Strike 1. The only polymer gun I have left. I sold all the rest of them this weekend. That's the only one I got left to sell. Once it sells, like I say, no more polymer guns except for, Gary, like I said. I've got kind of a free range agreement with Gary. I don't bother him. He doesn't bother me. He doesn't leave the property, and we're fine with each other. I wouldn't call it an ownership relationship. And there is another Glock in the house, but it's not mine. There's other people in this house that own guns, and my oldest son is 20 years old. If he wants to own a polymer gun, I'm not going to dissuade him. I'm just happy that he wants a gun. So I don't care what he would want. But just me personally, they're not for me. I'm not going to buy any more of them. I just have tried to like them. I recognize that they are great for what they're for. Like I've said, they have decent quality and they are definitely capable. They're just not what I'm looking for. So if you're so tied up in polymer guns that this somehow offends you personally that I just don't like them, I don't know what I can do for you there, except for maybe tell you to see a therapist. But I just don't like them. I understand why you might like them. I just don't. So I'm not buying them anymore. Like I said, no more polymer guns.